a relationship guided by the 10-point agenda entered into for the sake of peace and stability of the country.
The unthinkable just happened. ODM, Kenya's biggest opposition party, has officially reaffirmed its partnership with President William Ruto's government until 2027. And at the heart of this historic moment stands a new leader, Senator Oburu Oginga, Raila Odinga's elder brother, now entrusted with carrying the flame of a movement that defined opposition politics for decades. But here's the question no one is asking out loud. Is this loyalty to Raila's legacy or the quiet burial of opposition politics in Kenya?
Showed us before he died that he wanted us to be in government.
Mimi Sifuna sitakuwa baadhi ya wale ambao watachangia kuangusha chama cha Raila Odinga.
It's October 27th, 2025, barely 2 weeks since the country laid Raila Odinga to rest, and ODM has already made a decisive move. After a tense Central Committee meeting at Chungwa House, Secretary General Edwin Sifuna emerged with a statement that stunned both supporters and critics. ODM, he said, will remain in the broad-based government, the coalition arrangement signed by Raila and Ruto back in March. The justification: peace, stability, and continuity. But politically, this decision is monumental. It signals that ODM is not preparing for opposition, it's preparing for coexistence. For decades, ODM thrived on being the voice of dissent, the counterbalance of government excesses. Now, it is part of the very system it once sought to reform.
As the top leadership of this party, we shall pursue all causes he dedicated his life to, do everything within our power to uphold the unity of the party and apply lessons learned from our departed leader and comrade in the service of the people of Kenya, who he loved and fought for. We reiterate the commitment of the party to the broad-based government until 2027, a relationship guided by the 10-point agenda entered into for the sake of peace and stability of the country. Rest in peace, Baba. Rest in peace, our party leader. Rest in peace, the people's president and comrade, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga.
Sources say the meeting was emotional but strategic. It began with a minute of silence for Raila Odinga, but quickly shifted into business mode. The committee's challenge was clear: who carries the torch? And how does ODM avoid imploding in Raila's absence? The answer came swiftly: Oburu Oginga. According to Sifuna, endorsing Oburu was a unifying decision, a bridge between history and transition. It wasn't about youth or freshness, it was about stability and symbolism. Oburu's leadership, they argue, is less about politics and more about preservation of the Odinga name, the ODM brand, and the fragile peace within.
That we endorse Honorable Dr. Oburu Oginga as the new acting party leader and urge the party rank and file to accord him all the necessary support and cooperation to enable him guide the party through this difficult time. That in honor of his legacy as a unifier who brought together people of all shades of views and from diverse social, economic, geographical backgrounds, ODM shall continue on the path of embracing diversity and continue the struggle for equity, justice, and peace here at home and beyond our borders. That in line with the wishes and demands of millions of Kenyans whose lives he touched, the party will hold memorial services in many different parts of the country to enable those many admirers interact with and with his sudden departure.
But it is also a message to the restless younger wing of the party, the Sifunas, the Harveys, the youthful voices in Nyanza, Babu Owinos, that for now, continuity trumps change.
Kenya Kwanza government is the most incompetent so far.
This country will go to the dogs again if the kind of language I'm hearing here, you continue with that language. Please, please.
The name Babu Owino, ain't it bigger than almost 100% of the political parties in this country? So Babu Owino alone is a political party. Right? Yeah, so Babu Owino can be elected even without a party. We are not rebelling in ODM. We are not rebels. We are working within the dictates and principles of democracy. And ODM means Orange Democratic Movement. Therefore, we are working within the dictates and the principles of the party. And democracy dictates that the majority will have their way, while the minority will have their say. Within ODM, Baba himself said that you are allowed to speak. You are allowed to be democratically correct. Being democratically correct means that those majority, let them have their way, and also the minority within ODM also should have their say. And that is what we are trying to do. We are working within the dictates and principles of ODM party.
Raila ametuacha ndani ya serikali kwa hii mpango inaitwa broad based arrangement, na tunafanya kazi pamoja na Rais Ruto. Tuko na maktaba tuliweka ya points 10 na tutaona vile zitazimizwa. Kwa hivyo sasa hatutaki kukwenda haraka sana vile vijana wanaanza kusema mambo ya 2027 na sisi hatujafika huko. You don't cross a bridge before you reach the bridge. Hiyo itakuwa ni automatic mkiwa mnafanya kazi pamoja, sio ni automatic. Hiyo sio mambo ya kusema kila wakati. Saa hizi ni kufanya kazi kudeliver services to the people of Kenya.
Oburu's elevation is not just ceremonial. For the first time since 2005, ODM will move forward without Raila as the guiding star. Oburu, a veteran politician but far from a populist figure, now faces a double task: keeping the party united internally while defending its controversial partnership with Ruto. Sifuna made it clear the goal is to honor Raila's legacy by upholding unity. But let's be honest, unity without ideology is just silence. Raila's legacy was about challenging the establishment. Now ODM is sitting at its table. The irony is thick, and the political implications even thicker. Let's revisit that 10-point agenda Sifuna referenced. It was the framework signed between Raila and Ruto back in March, focusing on national reconciliation, electoral reforms, economic collaboration and bipartisan governance. It sounded noble then, but today it is the glue holding ODM within Ruto's orbit. In practice, it means ODM is committed to helping Ruto govern, not oppose him. And that changes the 2027 equation completely. The broad-based government is not a coalition, it is a convergence, a political ceasefire disguised as partnership. For Ruto, it is strategic brilliance. For ODM, it is merely survival or surrender, depending on how you read it. So who now speaks for the opposition? With ODM formally tied to government, Kenya's traditional political balance collapses. Kalonzo's Wiper remains vocal. Gachagwa's DCP is louder. ODM's decision effectively turns the party into a stabilizing arm of Ruto's administration, a move that could reduce political tension or erase accountability entirely. Oburu Oginga's leadership will be tested immediately, not by elections, but by loyalty. Can he keep the ODM base united while aligning with Ruto's government? Will Sifuna's generation eventually push for a new ideological direction? And most crucially, is this what Raila wanted? Or was he planning something else? Or what political reality demanded? As Kenya enters the post-Raila era, one thing is certain: politics will never be the same again. ODM has chosen the path of stability, but in Kenya, stability often comes with silence. What do you think about Sifuna's statement that ODM will remain in broad-based government until 2027? Drop your comments. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Bushabi Jr.